Now on 4, Current Affairs gets carved with Focus North. Any similarity between this and a real regional news programme is purely coincidental.
And now on Pennine, the ghoulish Tom Whitlam and the shit Shona Lincoln in the regional magazine Focus North. Ha 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 ha!
Hell is full, so the night beasts are walking the earth in search of souls upon which to feast.
Keep safe.
Welcome to a special Halloween Focus North.
Wasn't that fun? Hope we didn't scare you.
You know, Shona, I've never seen you like that, without your makeup.
Get away. Put that mask on. You look much better.
Hello and welcome to Focus North. Once again, bringing you the brightest human interest stories from your region.
Tonight on our supernatural Focus North, we meet a dear old lady, Lillian Ginster, who was one of those responsible for the famous photos of the Chipping-Mouth fairies.
This is Lillian, the only surviving relative of the Ginster sisters, the girls who took the fairy photos. Tonight on Focus North, we will be revealing whether those photos are fakes or not.
Plus, Pete Wardy takes us on another nature trek through his beloved Warpdale.
Today, I'm following one of Walk documenter W.D. Painwright's most famous hikes through the majestic landscape of the Warpdale Way to the Vale of Cum.
And that's tonight's Focus North.
Now, the cameramen here at Focus North could never be accused of faking their pictures.
Camera women too.
Camera person, let's not be sexist. But when 70 years ago, 2 little girls from Chipping-Mouth photographed some fairies, they were immediately accused of faking them.
Bringing this story right up to date are our very own Mulder and Scully, agents Mike Plimmer and Emma Gelding.
Derkinsdale, Chipping-Mouth. This wood really is an enchanting place. The sort of place where we could see almost anything. Unicorns, trolls, burnt tramps and trousers. And maybe, if we look hard enough, even fairies.
And that's precisely what 2 little girls did see 70 years ago. Fine, but it was the photos of these fairies that really caused a stink.
I'm convinced of the existence of these tiny little creatures, Agent Gelding.
But we need evidence, Agent Plimmer.
No, we don't. I'm sure they exist. I'm convinced.
Well, tonight we're going to find out. Focus North have got new evidence straight from the horse's mouth, answering the question that's been baffling everyone for a very long time. Could it be true? Are there really fairies in this wood? Lillian Ginster is the lady with the answer. Lillian was the younger sister of Agnes and Shirley, the girls who took the photographs. Agnes and Shirley died recently, but before they did, they wrote Lillian a letter. That's Lillian there. The letter reveals for the first time whether the photos are real or hoax. Don't they, Lillian?
What?
Well, we'll have to wait to the end of the item for the answer to the big question. But first, Agent Plimmer, I think you need a history lesson.
I don't want one. I want to stay here and play with the fairies.
Well, you're going to get one. 1919, and daughters of local Presbyterian preacher Agnes and Shirley Ginster would often skip their Bible lessons, leaving the infant Lillian in her cot. They escaped to the nearby wood Derkinsdale. Here they would frolic for days with the other inhabitants of the wood, the tiny fairies of Chipping-Mouth. And it was in this fairy tale cottage where the 2 girls lived during their idyllic childhood.
A place that hasn't changed one bit to this present day. Almost as if some kind of spell has been cast on it, magically maintaining its beauty.
Maybe historian Samuel Spitz-White could have the answer to this mystery.
These are my favourites, I must say that. I just adore these photographs of the Chipping Mouth fairies. They're the originals which show all the fairies in their winsome charm and see them dancing and having such fun. And look at them showing the mushrooms off to the girls. These are my personal prints. I've been fascinated with them for many, many years and studied them assiduously for hours on end. We see Winifred kneeling here as the small elfin spirits shower her with fairy dust. Look at her innocent face, so full of life.
Real or not, Councillor Derek Booth appreciates the worth of these photos to the Odmondon tourist industry.
Now, these photos are of great historical value. It's given rise to a thriving tourist industry. For example, the Fairy Walk, the Fairy Tree and the Fairy Dell motorway service station. Now, we've got film interest from America. The tiny people are going to be played by Danny DeVito, Prince and Henry Rollins from the pop group Black Flag. Now that's big. Now, the Odmondon Council is spending most of this year's budget promoting the fairies to American visitors. But we're also promoting the village of Gack, birthplace of the Odmondon Giant, founder of Mighty Large. You know, the clothing chain for big people. They're huge round here.
There is still to this day something simply mesmerising about them. Look at them. Long before the days when there was the corruption of youth. Look at them to see their authenticity. Two girls, guiltless. They could never fake.
I simply don't believe that these photographs are being dragged out again. They're such obvious fakes. The images are cut out from books, pasted onto card and rephotographed. I've actually seen the original lithographs in a 19th century anthology of erotica. They're exactly the same.
Well, he was a bit sceptical, wasn't he? But he's entitled to his opinion, despite the fact he's not from Yorkshire.
Other varied theories as to what these fairy photos could be include dirty lens,
Moths,
small children,
vultures,
spits,
evil goblins forcing elves to cross-dress and pretend to be fairies.
This place is bonkers. Actually, this story gave me an idea about how to escape Warpdale. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the only way back to civilization. I managed to borrow a microlight from a colleague. I know it sounds crazy, but...
Oh no, not him again. Someone needs to shut him up. Maybe the fairies will do it for us, Agent Gelding.
maybe. Although this is all very interesting, I'm still sceptical, Agent Plimmer. The question of what these photos are and their importance to science and religion is a biggie.
True, but the only person who really knows the truth is the last surviving member of the Ginster family. This woman, Lillian Ginster.
Yes, her sisters stayed selfishly tight-lipped to their graves. But Lillian seems easier to get information from. She has a letter in which her sisters say exactly how they took those photos.
We should take a look at that letter, Agent Gelding.
Yes, we surprised her for an exclusive interview in which she said she'd tell Focus North exactly what those photos really show. Shall we investigate further?
Yes, let's.
Come on. So then, Lillian, my love, your sisters took the photos of the Chipping Mouth fairies, didn't they?
They beat me, you know.
And you are going to tell us what those photos really are, aren't you?
Horrible they were.
Yes. They wrote you a letter, didn't they?
Yes.
Oh, great. And can you tell us what's in that letter?
Yes, yes. I can't tell you.
Why not?
What's it?
Do you know where the letter is or anything?
I haven't got the letter.
Do you know where the letter is?
Yes.
Would you like to get it for us then, my darling?
Yes.
If you would get it for us then, my darling.
All right. Oh, dear me.
So, Lily is just getting us the letter in which is written the answer to our investigation and the end to 7 decades of speculation. Exciting stuff. Oh, there you go. So, do you have the letter then, Lil?
Letter?
The letter, the one which tells us whether the photos are real or not.
Oh, yes. It's in my bag.
Oh,
I'll
good.
go get it. It's over here.
Oh, lovely. Oh.
Come on. What am I doing wrong? Oh, here we are.
Right, Lil, have you got the letter? You know the letter? The one you said was in your bag?
Oh.
Is this your bag here, Lil? Is this your bag here, my love?
Yes, yes.
Lovely. Why don't you try and have a look inside? Oh, there's the letter. You remember, don't you, Lil? Your sisters took some photos a very long time ago, didn't they? And those photos were of fairies, weren't they?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And we want to know, were those fairy photos real or did you make it all up?
Yes. They wrote to me about it. Bread, milk, eggs, tea, stamps, tokens, potatoes, bun paper.
So there you have it, Agent Gelding. That'll keep young and old intrigued for years to come.
I'm afraid I must remain sceptical, Agent Plimmer. There is always a rational explanation for these occurrences, you know.
Yes, and although we've treated the subject matter rather lightly, there is fairies everywhere. They really do exist because the real fairies are in fact our children.
Shall we investigate some more?
Yes, let's.
Come on.
Well, that looked like great fun.
Aren't those photographs enchanting?
Oh, yes. Well, anyway, Mike's been very busy this week. As well as chasing fairies, he's been visiting all the fates in the region.
So, let's see the Focus North guide to this year's fates.
I'm here with John Allen, the Chief Steward with the goat section. We're going to ask him a few questions about goats. John, what's a good milking goat? What do you look for?
Well, a good milking goat is a goat with a good frame and a good attached udder. Look, quite a good amount of milk.
Right.
Also, not they're too heavy in shoulders and a nice slim, what I call nice slim milking neck and a nice head.
So a good walker with a good neck and a good frame.
Yes, a good frame and a good udder.
That's great. I'm here at the Chippinmouth Fete with Mrs. Leach, who's judged this season's jams. So, Mrs. Leach, what makes a great jam?
Some good fruit, done away from roadsides where they get pollution from motor vehicles. The fruit wants to be really ripe, and if you can get it whilst it's still warm with the sun shining on it, you'll get a fair better preserve.
Great. And I suppose you need a few years' practice as well to get a really great jam, a prize winner.
Not always. There is beginner's luck in jam making.
Well, I've had a great day here at the show, so from us it's goodbye. Looks like we're going to have a good, aren't we, girls?
Yeah! We'll take a short break now, but coming up in a minute...
Pete Wardy takes us round the sights and sounds of the world-famous Warpdale Way. See you in a minute.
This is something very familiar. We'll reveal all after the break.
Sleepy towns forever, back roads empty for miles. Well, you can't have a dream and cut it to fit. But when I saw you, I knew we'd go together like a wink and a smile.
Get in touch with Singles. Call us now on 0906 800 8000.
I found something that's natural and tastes just delicious. It's made with crispy wheat flakes, hazelnuts, juicy raisins and almonds. Alpen, a tasty way to look after yourself.
Did you guess what this familiar item was? It's Monday.
Hello, and welcome back. Now, Pete Wardy was born in the Dales town of Harrogate and has lived there all his life.
Throughout the series, Pete will be visiting some of Yorkshire's most beautiful areas and giving us his personal recollections of the region.
Tonight, he's retracing the Wharpdale Way, as described by famous hiker W.D. Painwright in his book, My Wharpdale.
One always gets misty-eyed when walking through the Dales. In this series, I shall be following in the footsteps of walk documenter W.D. Painwright. Painwright, in his writings, documents the walks that criss-cross the fells and mountains of Yorkshire. First, some dressing tips. Painwright and I are both in agreement that stout walking shoes are most essential. Waterproofed with my own dubbage, a mixture of turkey stock and boot polish. A top, waterproofs, garters and plenty of pockets stuffed with cake, beef and cream. Now, together, we shall retrace these ancient pathways. Next stop, the River Rod. Finest fishing in the county. Off we go, Teddy. This is Yorkshire, God's country. Here, at the source of the River Rod, we follow the edge of the valley past the bustling conurbation of Odmedon before descending from the beard of Old Man Mountain to the Vale of Cum, a place Painwright described as a mighty climax betwixt hill and dale. Come on, Teddy, step on it, boy, foot down! This is Yorkshire, God's own country! Painwright named this rock formation the Hunchback Bishop. It's easy to see why. Nothing has changed here over the centuries, and Painwright's always understandable. But you can be sure he never had the advantage of viewing the Bishop perched atop a brand new Ford Galaxy. This panorama is breathtaking, the most beautiful in all of Yorkshire. God's own country! Teddy! Painwright described Durkin's Dell as his own secret den, hidden away from the outside world. This beautiful and placid clearing is accessible only by foot and then by scramble down a steep gully. With the right hiking gear, it's definitely worth it. Come on, Teddy, back to the car. This is Yorkshire, God's own country! After a good lengthy hike, Painwright and I both agree that the numerous tea shops that are scattered throughout the region are every hiker's best little chums. Their quaint interiors are populated by characters that are as old as time. But I prefer the Yorkshire air, the perfect accompaniment to a spot of al fresco tiffin. Thanks, Teddy. Well, for me, for now, goodbye. Maybe bump into each other somewhere, somehow, in Yorkshire, God's own country.
Wird gut.
That was good, wasn't it? Now, do you remember bullying, Tom?
Oh, yes.
And do you remember fighting, both in the schoolyard and the pub?
Yes.
Well, nowadays there are hundreds of ways to meet your dream opponent.
Yes, that's right. There are punch-up chat lines, blind date fights, and now there's something else. Our new service for lonely fists. The Focus North Hate Date.
So this week, we're going to show you some people who are looking for combat partners. And if you fancy your chances and think you can smack them, all you need to do is to call us.
If you sound intimidating, we will arrange the hate date. You'll have a fun day out, the thrill of being on television, and a look round the Focus North studios here at Pennine TV.
Sounds too good, doesn't it? Well, here's Jamie Kidd, our youth presenter, to explain things in a little more detail with his Guide to Combat. Let's see it.
Fighting, we love it, don't we? We're there every weekend in the pubs looking for that perfect stare. And then we see them, don't we? 500 pounds of meat man in loose and casuals. You want to be the next sucker to step up? Well, it's... What's up, Buck? Let's rock. We've all done it, haven't we? On a Friday night, pummeling some punch-drunk builder into a state of total... Where's the bastard at? So when you want some battling now, where the hell is there a suitable opponent? There's no one in fish shop. So now we can help you on your search for kicks. We're here to help you find the perfect fighting partner with Focus North new Hate Date.
Hi, my name's Keith. I like going out with women, I like meeting women, but I like fighting, especially hitting people over the head with guitars.
Hi, my name's Brandy Hall, I'm 22, I'm from Crackley, and when it comes to fighting, I like shotguns, double-barrel shotguns.
Hi, I'm Gareth Boland. I like eating out, clubbing, having a drink, and a right good rumble.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I love going out in Osmondon, and I'm a hairdresser, and because of my job, I love fighting with scissors. Also, shampoo is a good weapon to use because it blinds people.
My name's Darryl, window cleaner in Leeds, 31 year old. Walking down, fixing bigger shoe sellers with poles. Ford more 6-time notes I don't know.
Anyway, here's the number, babes and guys. See anyone who pisses you off, then just ring, and we'll name check your potential fight, and we'll try and left hook you up. We'll see you next week when we'll have a VT of the best one.
Great. Well, that's it from us tonight. Join us next week for our Bonfire Night edition, where we profile the Job Centre Christmas party, bringing joy to the work-shy.
So you're entitled to a Christmas present as well.
Thank you, Santa. And we shall be picking the winner of our Hate Date and following them on their lucky day. So, it's the end of our Halloween special. And Tom is here to tell you... Tom? 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 Where are you, Tom? Tom?
So remember, for the stories that surround you, focus north. Art wird gut.